In this year alone, Representative Hanna has taken both sides on immigration. On April 24th, he wrote a letter in Politico stating that he is for immigration reform and that it would help to create STEM jobs, and the most important way to create those STEM jobs are to get foreign visas so we can bring foreigners over, to get STEM jobs so we can improve growth in business. That's fact. On that same day he published that, there was an ongoing meeting by the Joint Economic Committee, which is also published, that he and every other member except 3 failed to show up on. What was that meeting about? Long-term unemployment and the solutions for it. Then, following that, 2 weeks later, Representative Hanna, at a Joint Economic Committee meeting that he did go to, posed the question, if we have immigration reform, won't that create more competition for jobs? And isn't that bad? That's both sides of the coin. Which side are you really on? Most recently, abortion, the bill that just passed in front of Congress. And I'm not picking sides on the issue. I'm asking a question. Representative Hanna has stated clearly several times he is against late-term abortions. Okay, that's his position. He voted for late-term abortions in this vote. Which side of the position is he on? Does anyone know? Because he's not giving us an answer. That's the problem I have with his modernism. And I don't like the fact that he's coming out and saying, I believe this, and votes something that doesn't seem to reflect that. So that's a problem, and we deserve better than that. Yes, sir.
The reason why that happens, and I think you're pointing it kind of obliquely, but the voters are uninformed. They don't know what a candidate really stands for, because the media, who prefer a particular candidate, can paint him this way or her that way, and so you have an uninformed voter. Now, if somebody said to me, are you in favor of immigration reform? Absolutely. But when you say immigration reform, what are you referring to? Are you referring to closing the borders? Are you referring to a process for getting people who are here illegally lined up to somehow make that right before they get benefits or citizenship? What do you mean when you, what does a person mean when they say immigration reform? I'd say you got to close the borders.
Well, I can tell you what I believe that is. And I can tell you what I believe, and everything that I'm speaking about, by the way, I have 7 years of documentation, of articles, all on the internet. Everything I'm saying now is what I've been saying for 7 years. This is what I believe. These are not new issues for me. These are not new positions. I've said them over and over again. I will continue to. And where do I stand on immigration? Immigration means securing the border, because we have a porous border. That's both a national security threat as well as a problem for our jobs, and for putting a burden on you and I in terms of taxes and services that we're putting out there. I believe that a path to citizenship is wrong. Illegal aliens are criminals, by definition. And whether or not our president would like to acknowledge that, whether or not our Congress and some of our Congress members are willing to stand up and do something about that, doesn't change the fact they are criminals. They have broken the law, and they have willfully done so, invaded the law. So path to citizenship, I don't agree with.